Okay. So I'm Arav. I'm a sophomore in high school. I'm really interested in technology, investing, and building projects that solve real-world problems. In my free time, I like working on apps and exploring new ideas in business and coding. So I created Folio. Folio is an app I built for teen investors who want to track all their stocks in one place. It shows total gains and losses in a simple dashboard. I made it because most teens don't have an easy way to see how their investments are actually doing. So this is a problem. Right now, teen investors usually use multiple apps like Robinhood or Cash App, and the problem is that none of them can show your full portfolio and give helpful advice. That makes it really hard to track performance, and it can even lead to many mistakes. So this is how I validated it was a problem. I asked many classmates and family who invest and how they track their stocks, and many use multiple apps. They feel it's confusing and very systematic, and I've built a very much easier way. I saw the same issue mentioned on Reddit, which confirmed that it was a really big problem, and this is why I wanted to make a beginner-friendly version. So Folio fixes this by putting everything into one dashboard. You can instantly you can instantly see your gains, losses, and overall performance. And I also added an investing tip section, so this helps beginners learn while they invest. So I'm gonna give a quick demo. Uh, this is my this is Folio. So you can add a stock, which stock you purchased, number of shares you purchased for, and the average stock buy price. And here on On the top of the dashboard, you can see your total portfolio value along with how much you gained or lost today. And there's also performance charts that shows how your portfolio is doing over time. On the right side, you can see a watch list of stocks you're tracking and a breakdown of how much money is in split across all your different stocks. And this is the bottom. On the bottom, you can see each of your individual holdings, how much each stock is worth, how much is going up or down, and there's a market mover section that shows the biggest gainers and losers of the day. And at the bottom, this is the unique feature I added. So this unique feature is it also helps you learn. It doesn't just track your stocks. These tips are written in very simple language, so beginners can understand key ideas like diversification and long-term investing. And there's also a learn more section if students want to go deeper into any topic. So as you can see, this app is very smooth and very easy to use. So this is a market opportunity. My target users are students ages to 15 to 22 who are just starting to invest. I plan to reach them to social media, investing clubs, and word of mouth. And the target market the US market for young investors is valued about $4.5 billion, and this continues to grow as students and more teens start investing earlier. And my goal is to capture about 10% of this early stage student investor market over time using social media and other. So this is the business model. So Folio is free to use, so anyone can start using it right away. But I also have a pro version where it's $499 a month, and this gives extra features like price alerts, unlimited stocks, and syncing across many devices. So this way, the basic app stays free, but people who are very advanced and want more options can upgrade if they want more features. So, unlike other apps or spreadsheets, Folio combines tracking, automatic calculations, and education into one simple platform made for beginners. So, I built this using Folio, using Vercel, using Leo Dev, and I connected AlphaVantage, live stock data, and I deployed it on Vercel so anyone can access it online. So, this is my next steps. So I want to test it with real users and gain feedback. And I plan to keep on working on this and adding features like stock news and crypto to Folio to make it more advanced and more beneficial. So thank you for listening to my presentation. That's Folio, a simple way for teen investors to track their stocks and make better decisions. Thank you for listening, and I'm happy to answer any questions you may have.
Thank you, Arav. I love the flying dollar bill, Amanda. That's a great reaction. Okay, o- over to the judges. Questions. And Arav, if your video works, you can turn it on for the Q&A too.
Oh, okay, yeah.
Go ahead, Yamni.
Hey, Arav.
Hey.
Fantastic idea. Stocks obviously are in everybody's mind, and the addressable market of teens. I love that. You were going to go after teens. Could you help me understand what is the market differentiator between your app and a regular app like Robinhood or any of the existing apps in the market for teenagers, and for your target audience specifically?
Yeah, especially for teenagers, they don't want any like advanced app that has multiple like options. Or I saw my app; it was very smooth. It's all in one smooth page. It also has in the bottom you saw a section that said like helpful tools, like what you should do based on what you've invested in. And I feel like that helps students learn and gives them better way what to invest in or how they should like uh, investor market and how they want to like go on in the future and how they want to do it.
I see. Okay. Have you considered connecting to existing sites like Robinhood or others, to be able to pull that data that exists already? Have you thought about that? Or this is just going to be a from scratch? We've got to like, enter our portfolio of whatever we've invested in. Like, have you thought about that?
Um, I feel like that's like a very good thing about connecting it to Robinhood. I definitely thought about that, but yeah, I feel like that's like more in the future. More like we want to first like get just to many testers and see how it's really working and see if like the API integration is working properly and anything. If anybody has any other like issues, but
Okay.
that's definitely in the future. We definitely can consider that.
Thank you, Ara. Thanks. Great job.
Teresa?
I was just gonna suggest the same thing that Yamini just suggested, connecting to Robinhood, because and I know that you're not looking at high volume investors, but in investing, as you know, seconds matter. Like you track the price of a stock and you see that it's going down and you're ready to strike it. And then if you have to like go and log into Robinhood and trade, that's just going to cost you money. So connecting it to Robinhood is a brilliant idea and good job. This was awesome.
Yeah, that sounds like a great idea. Thank you.
Oh,
Any other questions?
yeah, Amanda?
I just had one quick idea for you. First off, the fact that you're even thinking about this or that teens are investing these days is just phenomenal. It's something that I never thought about at that age. Is there, I'm trying to think about like differentiators for you and with your generation, I'm wondering if there would be an option to donate to causes that they're passionate about. Perhaps some of the money that they've earned on the app, pennies could go towards different nonprofits or those types of things. And I think that that's something that could differentiate you and get teens more interested in that type of app than the one their parents use.
Yeah, for sure. I think it's a good idea. Yeah, I'll definitely think about that in the future.